Quantum bombs.
In 4 minutes, there's no reason to doubt Russia doesn't have what they say they have with a nuclear submarine. I don't know if that's the correct term. Off the coast of LA, going to wipe out all major cities in America within 4 minutes.
Yeah, so to be clear, if we did nuke war, it's basically like by humanity.
But that doesn't mean Russia comes out unscathed. This is why it's called mutually assured destruction. Everybody dies.
I'm the only one old enough here to remember the Cold War. It's the fact of the matter is it was always, and as I pointed out to Matt, when's the last time a nuclear weapon was used in combat?
World War II?
Nagasaki. I mean, we've talked about this like it's just this instant thing. Go to the button, go to the button, go to the button. It's been Hiroshima and Nagasaki, and we've had them and we've got them, but no one's ever used them. It's not like an easy thing to go to. And there's no winner if they do.
What's crazy is when people think of nuclear weapons, they think of Nagasaki. Do you realize the technological improvements we have on nuclear weapons from them?
No comparison. A Nagasaki bomb is a detonator for a modern nuclear bomb. I mean, you need the Nagasaki bomb to cause the fission, the fusion to create the fission, which then is like 12,000 tons as opposed to 10 million tons from a modern
So when
bomb.
someone says tactical nukes, what does that mean to you?
Something small. I mean, it'd be smaller than the Nagasaki bomb.
Well, they do have a few suitcase devices that are suitcase size, and I want to say some are missing, so they don't know where they're at.
From where?
Who is they?
It was Russia had them, we had them, and they're not accounted for. And by say they, I mean the world knows what the world has. Mm-hmm. So we supposedly know how many nukes that Russia has. They know how many we have, and we collectively know how many of these suitcase bombs are out there. But it's like, okay, there's 10, and you've got 2, and I've got 5. There's some missing, right? So where are they? You don't know.
I think so. I want to ask. You don't believe in mutually assured destruction?
I believe it's possible. I just don't think it's the knee-jerk. I mean, we were raised, the whole fear thing, growing up, it was right around the corner. It was right there. Any minute they were going to get us. And I just don't think it's that close. It's not as...
Because the ones that are going to push the button understand this is it.
But
so you wonder what if that guy's about to die,
and
he's got cancer.
So this has actually happened. I've heard this story so many different times, but basically something on the radar triggered a Russian, I think it was a submarine with a nuke, that they were supposed to launch their weapon because of a command they got based on something on radar, like an incoming nuclear warhead coming, I don't know, Mach 5,
there has been close
Mach 10.
calls, yeah.
And the commander of that ship stopped it, actively said, no, we're not going to do that. And then it ended up being like a false reading, and we didn't all go to war just because this one guy said, no, we're not going to go through with that.
Wow.
Yeah. No,
I wish I could look that up right now, but yeah.
Wow.
No, I mean, there has been close calls. I mean, was it Hunt for Red October? The other one, Crimson Tide, that was based on supposedly a true.
So
incident.
can we rely on that every time for all of eternity?
Well, they've also put in safeguards since then. For instance, used to be submarine commanders had the supreme authority to do that. That is no longer the case.
So my question really is, if you look at the history of humanity and our behavior, especially if you consider like even native indigenous people, like we're fighting each other, right? Like they were with bows and arrows, they were fighting each other. Mm-hmm. So like we've always fought. There's never been a time where human beings, tribalism didn't happen and we all grouped together and fought each other. So if you assume we continue to behave in this manner for a long enough period of time with the weapons we have now, it's only a matter of time before bam, we're like it triggers like the major nuclear exchange.
Well, thank God we have the aliens,
at
right?
least, well, no, this is why Elon's trying to get us off of Earth and onto Mars, so we have a backup of
Wait, okay, another thing. I got to throw this in there. It just went away like a fart in the wind. Years ago, I was on a movie set. It was a James Franco movie, The Long Home. And I think it came out in the news then that they realized that the radiation levels on Mars were too high. Like they said,
we're gonna have to live underground for sure.
Yeah, they said
it's an extremely difficult engineering challenge. Yeah, I mean, no one's doubting that. It's gonna be hell. I would want to go to Mars because it would be like the most adventurous thing you could do ever, but like just taking into account how beautiful Earth is relative to Mars, like I don't
You're
think
going to
I'll
be
be going.
underground.
You're
being
laughing.
here.
I don't think you realize, like, within our lifetimes, assuming we don't lose Elon, we're going there.
Okay, look, I've always said this before he was popular, before he was the richest man in the world from the Tesla stock. I've always wanted to marry him. My bone to pick with Elon is that he's literally trying to be like, I'm going to save humankind, so I'm going to try to get us to live on another planet. But if we just look to our friends in the East, I'm like, okay, these people can levitate, astral travel, talk to people like a radio signal as a human body. So I roll my eyes because the human body and the humans are capable of so much more. Like we could probably go beam ourselves to live somewhere if we wanted to anyways, but yet we don't care to explore that.
You're missing the bigger picture of the inspiration of going to Mars and what that serves for humanity. Like, look at us. It makes you proud to be a human.
To Mars, though, as a human, like without even needing a spaceship.
Well, but
that's what I think.
For people that don't have that ability, they need something more tangible in this dimension.
I know, and I guess I get the difference.
8 billion
I'm trying
others.
to do it like naturally through my own human abilities, whereas he's just trying to do it through technology. And I guess that's the separation of if we were
intention is
married
good.
and we had those arguments in bed one night, that would be the type of crap we'd argue about. Hey, my beautiful people, if you enjoyed that, then click the link right here for the full unedited version. And don't forget to subscribe. Stay free.